Morty Mombasa gets set. Smooth Showgirl comes up. Amaretto in the black colours comes along. Sapphire Stride and Butterfly Princess. They're set to run 2,400 metres. Green light flashes and they're off and racing, and centre of the line beginning fast as Butterfly Princess. And Butterfly Princess, set alight by Lee Sutton, is going to take up the front running. Going into second spot is Glen Isla in the early stages, and then came Sapphire Stride. Dropping into the 1-1 in the early stages now was Delight Me, so the race favourite finds herself in a lovely spot. Next on the inside is Lethal Star, and they were being followed then by Big Lucy. A length and a half to two away then was Grand Anse, followed by Amaretto, and then came Smooth Showgirl, and settling at the tail of the field was Morty Mombasa. So as they run down the side of the track, and the leader Butterfly Princess, now there was enough room for Sapphire Stride to drop onto its back, so Glen Isla came away from the inside, didn't want to risk any pockets, and in doing so again finding itself in the 1-1 is Delight Me. Next on the inside is Lethal Star as they work into the straight. And then on the outside of runners then came Big Lucy. Taking off from back in the field is Amaretto. Back inside of it then is Grand Anse. Well astern of them now is Smooth Showgirl, and Morty Mombasa brings up the rear. The lead time was 58.8 and it's Butterfly Princess making play. Amaretto goes up on the outside and sits second about a half length away. Third on the inside then was Sapphire Stride, and now getting a nice run is Glen Isla. They were followed 2 lengths away then by Lethal Star, who's racing on the inside of Delight Me. It's being tagged then by Big Lucy, who in turn has Grand Anse on its back, and then Morty Mombasa, who went up on the inside of Smooth Showgirl, relegating that filly to the tail of the field. So off the back of a 58.8 lead time, first quarter of the last mile is 29.3. They run into the back. Leader bowling along as Butterfly Princess. It's been there every step of the way. Second is one of the fancies, Amaretto. Third locked away is Sapphire Stride, and one out, one back is Glen Isla. Next on the inside is Lethal Star, and Delight Me, enjoying the run of the race early, is now relegated to 3 back in the running line, and they were followed next of all up on the inside by Morty Mombasa. Between runners then trying to get into the action as Grand Anse, and pratted out wider Big Lucy, and at the tail of the field but getting some cover is Smooth Showgirl, and they really start to bunch up. 5 lengths top end to tail, 29.8 for the second quarter, 59.1 for the half. The leader Butterfly Princess. Amaretto's giving chase. Out and running now is Delight Me. The inside is Sapphire Stride, Glen Isla. Further back then to Big Lucy, and then came on its back in turn, coming to the outside, Smooth Showgirl as they flatten in. Butterfly Princess, a narrow leader, 28.3 the quarter, but Amaretto has it in its sights. Delight Me has the pair in its sights, and soon after Delight Me and got up to join Amaretto, Butterfly Princess is staying on, and then came further back to Smooth Showgirl, who's starting to launch from back in the field, but Delight Me steals a bit of a march. Delight Me comes on with the job now, the last 50, and Delight Me goes home to beat, or maybe Smooth Showgirl a nose to Butterfly Princess. Good effort. And then came fourth, prominent was Amaretto. Big Lucy and Grand Anse were motoring home, and then came Sapphire Stride, Morty Mombasa, Lethal Star, Glen Isla, 27.9 last quarter. Mile rating for the fillies, 156 and 8.